Hi everybody, Tim here from the Tactical Defender, and I have for you today another entry into my video blogs. This is basically story time. This is a story about what I do believe is my very last time ever in a club, a nightclub, which was 25 years ago, roughly. I don't drink. I'm not a good dancer, but the woman I was with at the time liked to drink and liked to dance. I liked clubs, I liked going, I liked the music, but that's pretty much the extent of it. I enjoyed like being with friends and the woman I was with. The other couple we went with, they liked to drink and dance and so on. I will preface this also by saying that how I handled the situation back then is a lot different than what I would do today. What I would do today is a lot different. How I would handle it, if I would fight, how I would fight would be handled differently. There's a lot of different stuff, but this was at least 25 years ago. So, and I was in a lot better shape then. I was training a lot, fighting a lot. So anyway, we go to this nightclub. And whenever I did go, which wasn't often back then, I always seemed to find trouble. Or trouble always seemed to find me. I don't know if people just knew that he's not drinking, he's just standing there kind of to the mute, you know, what's up with this guy? And it was always a problem. But anyway, the woman I'm with was little, pretty short, much shorter than me. I used to jokingly call her the elf, but very thin, short, spiky hair. But anyway, she's standing next to me. I have a Diet Coke, and she has a drink, and the other couple we're with there over on this side, and we're kind of watching the dance floor. And she had already been asked a couple times to dance, and it doesn't bother me. I don't get jealous. I don't envy people. And you want to dance, dance, have fun. You know, just be respectful. And she danced with a few people, and actually I had already been out there too, as horrible as it looked. But so this guy comes up and he looks at her. Now she's got her arm around me, we're kind of talking, whatever, and he just like interrupts and says, you know, would you dance? She looks at me, she's like, are you okay with that? I'm like, go ahead, have fun, you know, enjoy. And when I said, I'm kind of looking at both, go, have fun. He kind of steps over and looks at me, he goes, you need permission from your daddy. I'm like, what? And he goes, you need permission from your dad. And I'm like, now you're not dancing. You know, just go away. And he asked her again, and she's like, no, didn't you hear him? No, I'm not dancing with you. Maybe not have been a good thing for her to say, but she's like, are you not listening to him? He said no. He walks away. For the next 30, maybe almost an hour, roughly an hour, everywhere I seem to go, different places, and he's with friends, big guys. None of them were little. They're all much bigger, taller, and bigger than me. Everywhere I seem to go, they're there. He'd walk by and shoulder check me, stepped on my foot once. This went on maybe 3 times, roughly within 1 hour. We had then made the decision, you know what, let's leave. There's a lot of clubs in this area. We were near Boston, just outside of Boston. I said, let's just go. Let's, you know, we don't need this. And we'd already been there. This is late at night. We've already been there a long time. So we go to leave, and there was like a coat check. And me and my buddy, we didn't have jackets, but the girls did. And they're getting their coats, and I kind of look over, and as always, I'm kind of standing there, and I was a different person than I am today, for whatever that means. And I see him there. He's at the door with some friends. There's 4 of them, him and 3 other guys. And I noticed these other 2 guys, and I thought he went and got more friends, but they're actually bouncers, which were bigger than those guys, but they're bouncers. So I'm standing there, and the girl's got there, and I help her on with her coat, and we go to leave, and she's just standing there. More like this. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. And I go to go, and he kind of sidesteps. I'm like, okay. And I said, listen, we're just going to leave. We're done here. We girls have danced. They've had their drinks. We're just going to go. And he says, not until we dance. And it's almost like, it was like a movie. I'm looking around and say, am I being punked or something? So I look at her and I'm like, do you know about what? And he's like, I said, not until we dance. I said, listen, we're leaving. There's a lot of girls here for you to dance with. He wanted to dance with her. That was it. So I go a step again around him. By now, my friend had kind of made his way between the guy in front of me and his buddies. They weren't interested in my buddy and his girl. And he does this again. So I kind of take a step back. I put my hand up. I'm like, and I go to take her hand. And I'm going to maneuver, try to get around them. I was kind of heading for the bouncer to kind of like, and the bouncers are looking over, but they're not quite really doing anything. So I kind of do this, and when I did that, I get punched in the side of the head. I believe it was a right hook, hits me here. Now at the time I didn't have glasses, and I had great vision of both eyes. Right now I'm blind to one eye, good vision in my left with glasses. He hits me here. When I took her hand, it was like a glancing blow. But everything kind of got like white, and if it was a solid hit and not a glancing blow, I think I would have been on the ground. So I kind of get up and I yelled, sorry for the language, but I'm like, what the fuck? And then he says, I said, you're not leaving until we dance. And I look at the bar, and they're still just standing there. They're not doing anything, but they're looking at us. And at that point, I realized I'm literally going to have to fight my way out of here. Now, I don't know if he knew the bouncers. I don't know if the bouncers thought that we're buddies fooling around. I don't know, but they're just standing there watching. They're probably about 10 feet this way on either side of the door. And he's blocking the door, and this guy was big. His throat was probably like here, My nose was probably like in line with his sternum. So I'm thinking to myself, we're probably going to fight. I have to hit him one time, because if I don't stop him on the first hit, there's gonna be problems, So I kind of motioned for her to get back. By now, my buddy kind of is pushing his girlfriend out the door, but he wasn't leaving. He's coming back in the door, and with everything I had, I just slammed in the center of the chest. I was trying to crack his clavicle. No idea what that was going to do to it, but I've been hit there, and it pretty much stopped the fight. So pushing her out of the way, and I just did everything I could, and bang, and I hit him there. Now, would have I done the same exact maneuver or move today? Maybe, maybe not. He instantly and falls, which stunned me, because that was my intention. To drop him, and that's it. I'll be quite honest with you, I didn't think it was going to happen. I was coming after that with more, but he had and fell. At that time, one friend ran out the door, because there's 3 friends. One friend runs out the door. The bouncers kind of like, almost as if they're like, start walking over. His buddy's like, oh shit, and they kind of like, they're trying to help him. He's like pushing him away. He's on the ground, kind of like on one knee, he's like on his hands and knees, and he's holding his chest. More or less, I kind of took her, kind of stepped over him a little bit, went around, and his buddies, they were just trying to help him. And they were like trying to pick up his eye. They're trying to like get him up, and he's like pushing them like he can't breathe. He can't, leave me alone. At this time, now I get around, my girlfriend, we go by. The bouncers come over like, guys, come on, let's go. Come on, bring it up. They just let me walk right by. I thought I was going to be grabbed and thrown out the door. At that time, my buddy's grabbing me, because I'm kind of watching. I'm moving for the door, and my buddy's grabbing my arm. I have my girlfriend, and he's pulling us out the door. Let's go. His girlfriend had gone and got the car. My keys were in her coat pocket, which is why she had the keys. She was drinking, unfortunately, but she went and got the car and brought the car up. But I get in the driver's seat. I get in the car, we take off, we leave. As we're going down the road, 3 state troopers are going by us. Woo, lights going. And now, are they going to the club for our what happened to us? Or were they going elsewhere? I don't know. But needless to say, I've had a few of those nights, and that one actually worked out the way I wanted to. I would have rather not have done that. My goal, as I said, if I didn't knock him down with the first punch, or maybe even the follow-up, it was going to get ugly because he was big, his buddies were big, and unfortunately my friend, although would stand there with me, he was less of a fighter than I was. But anyway, so that's really it. And I really do believe that was the last time I've ever been to a club. As I said, I don't drink. I really don't dance. Her and I didn't last much longer after that. Not because of that, for other reasons. But and it just not the bar scene. Like I said, I don't drink. The bar scene, the club scene, I don't like that stuff. That's not me. There's always problems. At least wherever I went, there was. Maybe I'm just horrible at picking locations. I don't know, but yeah, that was pretty much the last time I've ever been in a club. I do believe. But anyway, that is it. That is my night of knocking someone down. Luckily, it ended the way it did. But anyway. Hope you enjoyed this story, everybody. I have a ton more, and I'm going to work these stories or vlogs more about gear and stuff like that, and not so much my personal life, unless you like these stories. I don't know. Leave comments down below. Thumbs up if you actually liked the story. Leave a comment of what you'd like to hear. Would you like to hear less personal stuff and more gear stuff? Let me know. I don't know. Okay? Be well, everybody. Stay safe. Watch your 6. We'll talk soon. Bye.